I'm on a spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in, like, it's like my room, quarters, I guess you could call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like a bedroom. There's a bed with a window that looks out onto the stars. There's all stars around. There's like a little desk and a mirror.
Now take a look at your form and describe to me what you see.
Got these like shiny silvery boots, but they're not uncomfortable. They're comfy like the Ugg boots.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't look as ugly as them. They're pretty.
Oh, okay.
They're shiny. But they're comfortable like them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got some sort of blue one-piece sort of suit.
Mm-hmm.
Human looking. I look human, but I've got red hair. It's shorter than mine. It's like a little just below my ears.
Mm-hmm.
My ears are a little pointy. And I've got this blue sort of crystalline markings on my forehead
Mm-hmm.
and on my arms. Not like tattoos, but they're like some sort of, I don't know what they are, like a code.
Okay.
I don't look all that different from myself. My eyes look similar. My nose looks similar. I look younger. Like I did when I was 18 or 19.
Oh, okay. And what do you suppose you're doing on this ship?
It's like I live and work here.
Oh, okay. And what do you do for work?
I project myself here on Earth
Oh, okay.
in this form. That's why I look similar.
Is there a specific reason or specific times that you project yourself?
When she is awake, I am in. When I'm awake, she's asleep.
Oh, okay. So when Kelly is asleep and you go to the ship, what do you do there?
I meet with the council.
Mm-hmm.
I give a report.
Mm.
It's not like a verbal account. It's like they download the information and then we discuss it.
And what kind of information do you share with the council?
ways to improve the quality of life for humans.
Mm-hmm.
It's so challenging for them. I don't know what they're doing.
Now, when you come to Kelly in this life, do you incorporate that somehow with improving the quality of life?
Not all of me
Mm-hmm.
comes in, just enough to sort of animate the body.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like to call it the body. We call it that's an avatar.
Okay.
An avatar is a better description.
Mm-hmm. So while you're here in this avatar, what do you do?
I take on the human persona,
Okay.
all the hardships, all the pain and heaviness,
Mm-hmm.
and I try to figure out as a human my way out of it. It's like being trapped in a labyrinth of your own creation. You don't remember the way out.
And you take all of that information back to the council?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, all the councils in the same predicament we share, we're all one council,
Okay.
and they share their experience as we all do, and we present that to the forces that wish to change and assist humanity at this time.
Okay. Sounds like a very nice job.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm. So what are you doing now on the ship?
I get to see my husband.
Is he there with you?
He is, yes.
What does he look like?
He's not my husband in this life.
Mm-hmm.
He's my other half, my twin flame.
Mm-hmm.
He's long blonde hair, a little curly, tall, blue eyes. He's in the same sort of suit. He does different work. I want to say he's some type of like architect or engineer on
Mm-hmm.
there. I don't know what he does. I
Okay.
just know I'm happy to see him.
And did you volunteer to do this job?
We were recruited.
Okay.
We were asked to come.
Okay.
We were on a different planet.
And what planet were you on?
Atreya.
Okay.
It's in the Pleiades.
Okay.
around the star Merope.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you a Pleiadian?
Yes.
Okay.
So is Joshua. He is the twin flame there
Okay.
as well.
Now, does he do the same thing that you do? Does he come into an avatar
No,
together? Okay.
no, he does not.
Okay. Now, let's let that scene just fade away. And let's begin to move to another important day, another important event. We're going there in 1, moving through time and space. 2, the images are unfolding. And 3, you're there now.
I'm not sure what I'm looking at. I'm looking at me as Kelly and me as Pleiadian.
Mm-hmm.
And we're staring at each other.
Okay.
It's almost like a robot, but it's me. It's
Mm-hmm.
me. I'm conscious. It's me. I'm in there. I don't know how that works. How does it have me and me? Like both are me,
Mm-hmm.
but it's. Oh, hang on. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, it's like the suit has like this awareness. It's basically they take my body aboard and adjust the frequencies of it.
Mm-hmm. And is there a reason that they need to do that?
Well, they've never done this before, so they're still working the kinks out. They're trying to see how much they can bring in
Okay.
without destroying it. That's why it's so important for her to report back with the results.
And do they do this while you are asleep?
Yes, but it's not. It exists outside of time, so time is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
They can go in at any time and bring me in and put me back
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not really in this form. I'm really on the ship messing with the frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. I can't do that while I'm in here, or can I? They're saying no, not yet.
Okay.
They haven't figured that out yet. It'd be great if we could.
Mm-hmm. Now,
It's like
when you go into the body of Kelly, what happens to the Pleiadian version of you?
She can still move around and work, but she's hang on, they're showing me a dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
Like when dolphins sleep, they shut off half of their brain,
Mm-hmm.
and because dolphins never stop swimming, they have to swim all the time, otherwise they don't breathe. So what they're showing me is that it's like I shut off part of myself there and bring it in to here,
Okay.
and then when I'm asleep, it's like I'm at full power up there,
Mm. Okay.
but I can't hold full power of that being down here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Would that
Sarai.
be too much energy going into that
Yeah.
avatar?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's allow that scene to fade. We're just going to begin to float through time and space. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And I want you to move through time and space to another important day. And 3, beginning to float through time and space. And 2, letting the images unfold. And 1, you're there now.
I'm home on my home planet.
Mm-hmm. What does it look like?
It's a purple sky.
Mm.
There's a beach. I'm standing at the beach. Sand is like a grayish color.
Mm-hmm.
It's this big cliff, and 3 moons in the sky.
Mm.
It's not dark, but it's not light out. It's like a twilight sort of.
Is there any structures around?
There's a couple of little um almost it's a couple of I don't know where it goes. I mean, goes up the cliff.
Mm-hmm. And take a look at your form and tell me what you look like.
I still have the blue markings.
Mm-hmm.
My hair is a little bit blonder than it was, but and longer. I think I'm the same person from the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I look the same, but I'm wearing white, like a almost like a linen type skirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's very flowy. It's a dress. It's like a dress.
Mm.
It's very comfortable.
And what about the markings? Do they have any like symbolism to them? Do they mean a certain something?
It's wisdom.
Okay. And is there a reason that you have these markings?
I don't know what the right word is. None of them really fit the description. I help people. I
Mm-hmm.
listen. And I offer guidance and suggestions.
Mm-hmm. So these markings, are they a sign of you being very wise and holding that wisdom?
It was a village scene. Everybody's no huge houses, just more like yurt sized or yes.
Okay.
I'm not even the most wise one here.
Mm. Now, is there anyone around you at this moment? Now just hold that scene for a moment and let's allow our connection to come back. And just open your eyes and unmute your microphone.
Okay, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was like a village, like just like a tribe, people doing chores and doing just their daily routine work, like checking the garden for which foods to pick and washing clothes and talking with each other.
Mm-hmm. What is it that you do?
I do all of that as well.
Okay. And this is your home?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And how does it feel being in this place?
Comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people around me. I'm not alone.
All right. So I want you to allow that scene to fade. And we're going to again travel through time and space. I want you to travel to a time or a place, and I want you to find the blockages, anything that blocks you from your inner divinity and your understanding and your wisdom. We're traveling to that place now through time and space. And going there on the count of three. One, begin to move through time and space. And two, allow those images to unfold. And three, you're there now.
I'm in a different ship.
Okay. What does
I
it
don't
look like?
round,
Mm-hmm.
smaller, kind of tight in here. I don't like it. It's like claustrophobic.
Okay. And take a look at your form. What do you look like?
I look like me. I look like Kelly.
Okay. And what is it that you're doing on this ship?
11, 12.
What do you suppose you're doing on the ship?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay. And what are you doing on this ship?
I'm tied down.
Hmm. Do you know who has tied you down?
It's the gray beings, the little ones and the
Mm-hmm.
big ones.
And what are their reasons for tying you down?
They're telling me to not be afraid, but I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Putting like these things in my nose.
Mm-hmm. And are they telling you what those things are?
No.
Okay. Can you at this time ask them?
They're just saying it's for my good.
Okay.
I don't believe them though.
And how old are you?
I think I'm 11
Okay.
or 12 maybe.
Mm-hmm. And are these beings saying anything else to you?
No. They're
Okay.
just they're sticking something into my like ovaries area, like down.
Okay. Now let's just allow that scene to fade away. Just letting it all fade. And once again, let's begin to travel through time and space. Beginning to travel and just go to the most relevant place and the most relevant time. And you're there now. And is she still healing?
She is.
Okay. And can Syria continue to answer questions while she's doing this?
Yes.
Okay, good. Could she help me and you to understand um, the Shekinah, the presence, the feminine source? Are they part of your guidance system, your inner divinity?
Shekinah is her inner God self, her inner source. Shekinah is Mother God.
Okay. Can you tell me what you're doing with the healing for Kelly?
Her nervous system has been, for lack of a better word, fried.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just trying to resheath the myelin lining.
Okay, good. Does she also receive this healing when she goes on the spaceship?
Well, this is a little more preferable because we can communicate a little easier.
Mm-hmm. Now, could you give Kelly some understanding about the scenes that you've shown her today?
Most of it was validation for her that what she's channeled, she doesn't like the word channeling,
Mm-hmm.
she has received in thoughts and images. They're they're true. They're valid. They're real. She's got that scientific programming still running in her that actually blocks her from a lot of the magic. The scientific part of her brain, the left brain, that needs this proof, this tangibility.
Mm-hmm.
She seeks this constantly in this sort of realm. Proof is proof doesn't exist. It just all is possible.
So now she can understand she's not just going crazy, that these things are real. This is validating them for her.
She has to play it off almost for the benefit of others
Mm-hmm.
when she tries to share about these things and she gets the "you're crazy" looks. She reaffirms that it's not real because that doubt sets in from the judgment of others when she shares.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that it's wrong, it's that they're in a different reality, in a different timeline, in a different time space.
Are you continuing with the healing for Kelly?
We're done for now.
Okay. May I ask about the left breast? Was I know this was we was talking earlier about the chest and the throat having the emotions stored in them and they were coming out through the left breast. Is this
Yes.
something that you could also take care of?
Drain the pain. That's as it drains out.
Mm-hmm.
It's the pain releasing.
Okay.
It's very healing. She got this earlier when she was in the shower and she was draining it.
Mm-hmm.
She kept hearing, "Drain the pain, drain the pain." That was me.
Okay.
That
Good.
was us.
She's very well connected and hears your voice.
She does. She does. She
Okay.
doubts it because she were
You'll have to repeat a bit of that for me when the microphone comes back in. Just bear with us. We're having technology issues.
just enough to keep her functional.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of the discomfort she feels, and ungrounded is the ego is just not much ego left.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't even identify much with Kelly anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll drain it as it'll drain over the next week or so, and it'll all heal.
Okay, good. So Kelly was also wanting to know why every time she moves to a new place, she has the conflicts with the neighbors.
This has less to do with her and more to do with her husband and children.
Mm-hmm.
She takes it on personally. It's not a personal thing for her.
Okay.
She thinks she's cursed, but she's not cursed. She's just she's just taking on other people's battles that she doesn't need to take on.
So would this in a way be lessons, life lessons that her husband and children are learning?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but her husband doesn't he doesn't see them yet.
Mm. Okay.
So
And is there any way that she could help her husband in dealing with these?
he's more open than she realizes.
Mm. Now hold that thought, Syria. The microphone's gone out. It's back on.
Okay. Yeah, he's more open. He's not where her awakening has taken years and has been a very slow. His is going to come in like a quick download
Mm-hmm.
and things will shift. He's on the ship with her too, his higher self.
Okay.
He knows this. She's told him this and he's laughed at her because he's lion-headed. He has a lion's head.
Mm.
He's a Lyran being,
Okay.
and he is very much a Lyran being, um, a Lyran feline. Oh, she's seeing him. She's seeing him as in his higher self. She likes his higher self more than him.
So would that be her husband that was on the ship, or is?
No, he's more of like a close friend, almost like not a not like a legitimate brother, but they have like a brother sister energy
Okay.
more so than the other one.
Okay. And out of curiosity, Kelly is a Pleiadian. Pleiadian.
Yes.
Okay. And she was also wanting to know, is there any way that she could help her children with being bullied by the other kids? You may have to repeat that for me. The microphone went out. Hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she wants to take on the pain for them,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not hers to take on.
Okay.
She knows that they have to learn their own way since are still living a human experience. She wants to protect their light. She knows she knows her son is a rainbow being, and she knows how precious they are and how needed they are. And she sees his light dimming, but that's okay. He's going in to the preteen years soon,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of like him doing his shadow work in a way.
Okay.
It's him. He needs to do it. That way he doesn't have to do it later like she did.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was thinking. Mm-hmm.
And she can help him through the process. She does.
Okay.
She validates his feelings. She listens to him.
Good. And Kelly was very interested on some insight on the current events in our reality.
Yes.
And could you tell me a little bit, any guidance with the coronavirus?
This is interesting because there are so many timelines. It's like there's all these strings, and they're coming to a point where they're going to meet and they're going to meld into one single truth.
Mm,
At this time, we don't know what that one truth is going to be
mm,
because there's so many strong beliefs vying for this collective truth. From the timeline she's on, it's not a virus.
mm-hmm,
It's it's a poison. It's a type of cyanide poisoning.
mm,
Very slowly, very minuscule that it doesn't notice until it builds up. And that's the timeline she's on currently. Though she may shift into another one tomorrow, who knows? And as all these timelines sort of collapse and meld into one, a different picture comes in.
mm. And is it true that the timelines are collapsing much quicker now?
Yes,
Mm,
yes, very quickly. That's why she disconnects, why she dissociates.
mm,
Because it's in that time she is having to, if you think of the brain like a computer, it's like having to restart to update the computer.
mm-hmm,
So she has to, usually, she'll get so exhausted she has to sleep, or she'll completely check out mentally while the download comes in. And this happens multiple times a day as all these timelines and variations shift.
mm,
And it's not just her, it's many, many people.
mm-hmm,
She's just very sensitive and feels it all. Others don't. Most people don't even notice this happening.
mm-hmm,
They'll notice little changes like something will be misplaced. Like, I know I left this thing here and then it's not there. That's how most most people will notice little quirks like that.
mm.
But she completely aligns and integrates with it.
Okay. So the quicker that the timelines begin to kind of merge, will more people start noticing um, these phenomenons?
They
Big.
already they already have.
Okay.
It's not nearly the mass collective, but
Mhm.
if say if say 30% of the population is awake and aware, of that 30%, only maybe 10%
Mm.
feel feel this
Okay.
and are aware of it.
Mm. Do you at this time have any guidance for the collective when it comes to the coronavirus?
Look within for the answers that resonate. You can't hear everybody's thoughts on it. It has to come from your own inner guidance
Mm-hmm.
because there's so many repeating, I'm going to use her words here, the regurgitated word vomit of the official narrative that people just keep repeating over and over again, and it becomes almost like mind control.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that's part of their plan and their tool. And the only way to get out of that is to, I mean, you could turn it off, but everywhere you go, people are still going to be repeating it and repeating it. What you resist persists. So turning it off doesn't matter much anymore. You have to listen and build up that inner guidance, that inner voice
Mm. Okay.
that that tells you this is truth. Even if you don't hear or feel or connect, most people will get a feeling. They'll get this pull that this is truth or this is false.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people have to awaken to trust.
Okay. Very good advice.
They've just been taught for so long, they've been manipulated into believing that they can't trust that feeling,
Mm-hmm.
to hush it, to ignore it, when those feelings are the absolute best thing humans are possibly equipped with.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, Kelly was also looking for some insight about QAnon.
There's manipulation with this. There is truth and there is manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
All is not as it seems with this. This has been infiltrated by the Dark Alliance as well. They use it as a tool. So there's this internal battle between the Federation of Light and the Dark Alliance. It's a whole battleground. Just a whole battleground right now, and they're fighting over intel. And she likes to follow it because it really helps her develop her inner guidance,
Mm-hmm.
her inner knowing for her personally. As for the collective with it, the best advice.
Hold that thought, Syria. The microphone's gone out. There we go. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, good. And the message to the collective was what?
Oh, for the QAnon, the best advice or message we could give is to, if it resonates, if it gives you the feeling of truth, if it gives you truth bumps and allows you to, it gives you that feeling, then it is truth for you, and to trust that. If it does not, if it incites fear, if it incites concern or worry, that is not truth. That is false light. That is manipulation.
Okay. Now, may I ask, when you say infiltrated by the Dark Alliance, are you speaking of reptilian beings?
Yes, there's others with them that they have corrupted and controlled.
Mm-hmm.
Most biological entities, bodies, are not all that dissimilar from your computers in that they can be corrupted and controlled with minimal modification.
Mm-hmm.
They've already begun this. They've been doing this for, well, forever. And and the people are crying out for help, and we've had to put people in, like Kelly, like many others, many people we've had to put in here to work from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And they've even done their best.
The microphone has went out again. Just hold on just a second.
I
Can
can
you
hear you.
hear me?
I can,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, good. So when you say others have been corrupted and controlled, who are the others that you're speaking of?
Ones they call light workers.
Mm-hmm.
We've taken their agents too, though, and tried to bring them towards light.
Mm. Kelly was also wanting some insights on the current events within politics and the government.
Her instincts are right. She wants to know about Trump. That's what
Mm.
she's really hinting at.
Okay.
She doesn't like him,
Okay.
but she knows something's up with him. She knows that there's more than what meets the surface.
Mm.
There are, how to word this? He is not the same man. There's two Trumps. There's not the same.
Has he been cloned?
In a way, yes, though not in the same way your science portrays cloning.
Mm.
It's more like a copy,
Mm-hmm.
but he's a walk-in. He's he's not the same. He's not the same soul that was. years ago.
Okay.
He's he's very plagued by the dark forces.
Hmm.
That's why there is a copy of him. For when the one needs to rest, the other one comes in.
Oh, okay.
So he takes a lot of beating and a lot of manipulation. She still doesn't trust him though, and that's okay. For her timeline, it's probably best for her not to trust any politician.
Hmm. Now, are there other politicians that are similar to this where they've been copied?
Most are manipulated the same way they manipulated the Greys, they've manipulated your government and politicians.
Hmm.
They, hang on, she's showing me the Borg from Star Trek,
Hmm.
where they've got like this implant device on them that, oh my God, that's the same thing they put in me.
Hmm.
That's why I try to reject it so bad. She was shown the connection. It's like if something is like half in and half out, that's kind of how hers is, but it's like we can't quite grab it all the way out to take the implant out. And like she's trying all the time to push this out, push this out, push this out in whatever way she can.
And are there also like higher beings that are trying to get those implants out of these people, out of the government, out of the politicians?
The first step to implant removal is awareness of the implant.
Mm.
They're not aware. If they became aware of it, it all would crumble,
Mm.
which is not necessarily a bad thing. But yes, most of them have been implanted with devices that they use to control. Call them their underlings.
Mm. Now, are there those in the government within that system that knows about this?
The ones who did most either get out of it, get
Mm.
out of politics, or many have been killed.
Mm. And Kelly was also curious about ET disclosure. Do you see that happening, us having a knowing of what's going on behind the scenes?
From our perspective, most of most of the Earth beings, more than half, we'll say,
Hmm.
are aware, or at least suspect that there's more to life and that ETs do exist,
Mm-hmm.
which is good news, which is good that they are aware, as that's how our disclosure was planned. It was planned to come from within the population.
Mm-hmm.
And at this rate, we believe more than, or at least close to half, if not half, of the population does believe it. As to whether we show up in the sky, we are already there. It's a vibrational match. If you vibrate at a high enough vibration to see us, you will see us.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly sees them all the time.
Mm.
She sees them. Many people see them and experience them, and they know. And those who are not quite there, who haven't done their inner work, haven't learned their lessons, and haven't made the progress yet, won't see them the same way.
Mm.
It's
Well,
the same with those who have been taken aboard, those who are at a similar vibrational match will remember, versus those who won't and don't.
mm. Okay. And what about with the government officials and their disclosure?
The ones who are in right now, they do not wish to allow any type of that.
Mm-hmm.
They see the population as weak little children.
Mm-hmm.
They see them as nothing. They don't see them as the same as themselves. They see them as something different.
Mm.
No person is better than any other person.
And hold that thought. The microphone went out. Just bear with us. Okay,
We're here.
I can hear you.
Okay. Was there a question?
Is there any other insights on any current events in our reality that you want to share with the collective, share with Kelly right now?
The paradigms are crumbling as they need to.
Mm-hmm.
This is for the best.
And when you say paradigms, could you explain a little bit more into that?
The rules of your existence, the laws, the government
Mm-hmm.
system, the financial system, these are all made up paradigms.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody made them up, and they don't exist outside of those paradigms.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing exists outside of those paradigms. So as they crumble, new innovations and rules and experience can
And hold the thought. The microphone went out. Okay.
It sounds, from our perspective, we don't understand it the same way, which is why it is so important that we have people like Kelly on the ground
Mm-hmm.
that come back and tell us like how it feels in the experience, how we're seeing this as a positive change. And she's saying the grocery store shelves are empty. People don't know what to do. They don't know how to grow their own food. They don't know how to do this. They're ill-equipped. And we can see this and we can make changes to give knowledge and to implant ideas to help benefit others.
Mm.
When the grocery stores were empty in March, the ideas came in to so many people to plant gardens. And all around, you see people sharing about their harvest, about their unknown gardening skills.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why it's important that we get the information from this perspective, because up here we wouldn't have known that. We wouldn't have known that they don't know how to survive on their own. So we come down here and we see it's time to plant gardens. I mean, we give them insights based off of the knowledge that we've obtained from the denser energies here, the denser being.
So that's definitely a good preparation to begin is the gardening.
It's not for everyone to garden.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody is a good gardener. But those who felt called to garden, well, they're the gardeners.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who found a purpose, and it connects them. And it's a waking up tool that connects them to the earth, and connecting to the earth connects them to their divinity and to the collective, and to the realization that we're not separate at all, that we're all connected in one, and that everything is living. And it's a great awakening tool for those who felt called to that, same as the ones who feel called to justice at this point and feel called to we're looking for the right example, to assist others in whatever that may be, sewing, people finding their true skills and gifts to share.
Well, thank you for that wisdom.
You're welcome.
Before we end this session, is there anything else that you need Kelly to know as of right now? Any more guidance for her?
Trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
You are safe, you are protected. Hang on, they're showing me a scene when they wanted to pull me out, and I told them, don't pull me out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pull me out yet. We showed her that so she would know not to, that we're not pulling her out, that we value her experiences and the wisdom she gives us from the denser density perspective that we are not privy to.
Okay, good.
She is a peacekeeper. That's her role, as a peacekeeper.
We certainly need that.
She will know. She will know when her time to step in arises.
Okay.
For now, allow the disconnect, allow the timeline convergence, allow it all in. We understand the struggle. We just don't know of any easier way for her at this time.
Okay.
So we're watching her, we're protecting her, we're with her. She is us and we are her.
Thank you for that. Is there any other advice for the collective?
The more open you can remain, the easier it'll be.
Okay.
The firmer held beliefs and programs you have, the harder it'll be. So for those who are heavily programmed, it's time to let go and unravel. For those who are open, just stay neutral and allow. And just enjoy the experience, as difficult as it is. Enjoy what makes you feel joy. Whatever makes you feel that joy, do more of that. Whatever it is.
Okay.
Whether it's singing, sewing, playing outside with kids, whether it's swimming or drawing, anything that brings you joy, just do more of that and let the world fall around you. It'll be okay.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you for that.